You're listening to the X Zone Broadcast Network, www.xzbn.net. You're listening to the X Zone Broadcast Network, www.xzbn.net. Radio's authority on the world of the paranormal and the science of parapsychology, celebrating 25 years of broadcasting. Broadcasting around the world and to the great beyond.
All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
And welcome back to the X Zone, everyone. I am Rob McConnell. We're coming to you from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Worldwide toll-free, 800-610-7035. My email address is xzone@xzoneradiotv.com. On all social media sites, X-Zone Radio TV. And you can listen to the X Zone 24/7, 365 at www.xzoneradiotv.com. And that is where you can also listen to the live show Monday through Friday, from 8 p.m. Eastern until midnight. And once again, that's www.xzoneradiotv.com. My guest this hour is going to be talking about my favorite topic, angels. I love talking about angels. My guest is Julie Helena Robinson. She is an internationally renowned angel intuitive, aspiring author, inspirational speaker, radio host, energy healer, and teacher in the fields of self-development, spiritual, and psychic growth. And she is completing her bachelor's degree in psychology from Mount Royal University. And joining me now is Julie. And Julie, welcome back to the X Zone.
Thank you so much for having me, Rob.
It's great having you again. So what have you been doing what have you been up to since you and I were last talking?
What have I been up to?
Yeah.
Teaching.
Teaching
workshops. I had a sold-out angel development circle on Monday night.
Good for you.
Thank you. Yeah. And, spending time with the family. What about you?
Busy, busy, busy. More networks, more affiliates, more great guests. Still trying to get the truth out there and to let people know that there's more to life than we have been taught to believe, and that if you believe, you can do anything, because belief is the strongest power in the universe. But I also believe in angels. Now, how did you get started doing your angel work?
Well, I've always had a relationship with the angels, but it wasn't until I was discovered in a reading that I started working with them professionally.
You were discovered in a reading?
Yeah, it was an angel reading, my first one. And the lady told me about my gifts and that it was, in fact, the angels I was speaking to. And, it just really developed from there into this career now that I've had for almost 8 years.
My goodness. Maybe you could explain to our listeners what an angel intuitive does.
Oh, absolutely. So basically what that means, Rob, is that it is my job to explain what the angels show and tell me.
So you're the interpreter.
Yeah, I'm just the physical body that the angels use, exactly.
And how do you connect with the right angel for the right person?
Well, I'm not in control of that. Basically, I show up, I trust, and their guides and my guides work together as a team, and then all of the messages just come through me in that moment.
Do you ever find it overpowering when all these different messages come into you from the angelic realm?
It's more like a very unique experience. I guess you could call it overpowering in the sense that it's almost like my own thoughts and feelings have been minimized, and all of the messages for that other person, as well as many symptoms that they're feeling in their physical body, I will feel them in my own, as if they were my own, and that can be quite huge.
You know, when we talk about angels, well, most people talk about angels, they get the image of a beautiful male or female in a white gown with these beautiful white wings. Some are tall, some are short. What do the angels represent themselves to you as?
So in my representation, I don't actually see the wings themselves, but what I see them as is just like the being, and I sense the energy. So for example, like I can tell which angel is with me just by their vibration, but I may not see the wings, but there's just something about, like in me, like I know if it's Raphael, I know if it's the Archangel Michael. It's just their energy. Like I can read it. And they just look like light, and the angels have different colored lights.
Do you always understand what the angels channel to you?
No, I don't. I don't always understand.
So how do you work that out?
So if the angels are giving me like a name or a term or a phrase, or they're trying to describe to me the kind of situation that I actually have never come across in my own frame of reference, it may take me a couple of minutes to communicate the message to my client in a way that they can understand, interpret, and connect with. So basically,
No, go on, dear.
I was just going to say, like, for example, if I was reading you, and then they just said to me, butter, and I would be like, okay, like, I have no idea what this is about, but butter. You know, like, Rob, how do you connect to butter? And you would be like, oh, my God, well, I actually love butter, I can't believe. And I'd be like, well, like, obviously the angels know that, right? Because how would I know that you like butter, so.
Yeah. So do the angels get their messages to you telepathically?
Well, through a session, the angels will use actually a variety of signs. They'll use feelings, pictures, and symbols, you know, to validate their relationship to you, you know, or deliver a specific message to you, you know, about life events, and basically, to give you what's called compass guidance.
Now, it's mentioned in your bio that you're also a spiritual teacher. What does that mean?
Well, it means as a spiritual teacher, I teach workshops, and it's basically based on the spiritual knowledge that I've accumulated over the years and downloaded that I have to impart.
When you were growing up and when you were a little girl, you know, some girls want to be ballerinas, other little girls want to be princesses. I don't know, all my daughters want to be princesses. And, you know, what did you want to be, and what was it that happened to you or in your life where you actually sought out the guidance of a psychic and at that point were told about your angels?
Well, I mean, like most girls, my fairy tales really didn't come true. I was really at a rock bottom, and I knew that I wanted to become a psychologist, and that has always remained a constant for me. But I was still very much in the spiritual closet about my gifts, and so when I had that reading, it really changed everything for me, especially when I started working so quickly. So, for example, when I was little, I always wanted to be like a model or this actress because I knew that I had sort of the personality that was very extroverted. But I could really never find a job as an actress or a model. Like, I didn't work very much at all. But when I came out of the spiritual closet, I mean, I have worked ever since. Like, literally, I put out my website, and within a week, people have been calling me, and they haven't stopped in almost 8 years. So it was like an affirmation of life.
All right, but growing up, had you had any indication that there was contact being made with you, but you just didn't know who or why?
I don't think so, Rob. I mean, especially back in the 80s, we really didn't talk about this sort of thing.
True.
It was it was more like, I mean, my mother's psychic as well, and she would just have a knowing about things, and then they would just come true. And so for me, that was very normal growing up, that to have this intuition. And I always did feel, though, that I had an advantage and that I would get information. But I certainly didn't think it was special. I actually thought everybody had this ability.
Doing this angel work that you've been doing over the last 8 years, has there ever been anything that has just melted you beyond belief? You know, like the information you're getting, the way that you're helping a person, the changes that you've seen in people thanks to your readings.
Oh, yeah. I have, and actually I just got some feedback the other day from a lady came in to see me at the 7th chakra, and she said that her friend had come in to see me, and this was a lady whose husband actually passed away on her birthday.
Oh.
Yeah, and, you know, they had a great relationship, but, you know, there were some challenges to him the day that he passed, so he wasn't himself. And so she never got to say goodbye. And a year later, on her birthday, a year to the date of his death, she came in to see me for a reading. And she got so much validation and like the messages that just gave her that closure. And when her friend came in to see me, actually on Friday, she said that the reading had changed her friend's life. So that was really remarkable.
Is there any set age where someone should come in to see you? Or, you know, for example, children, should they ask for an angel reading?
I think it depends on the child.
Okay.
I have had parents come in and say to me, I believe my child is gifted, or more common, my child is seeing spirits. Can you help them? Because they're feeling frightened. They're talking to grandma and grandpa who's crossed over. Can you help them? And so I actually developed an Angels for Kids workshop that I started teaching in this past summer that we just had. And I think it just goes by the parent. It's really up to them. But I'm open.
Is there any religion that you're aware of where angels don't exist?
Yes. I actually had a client the other day, and he said that in Indian culture they don't talk about angels. And I actually never knew that. You know, they talk about the ascended masters, right? Like Lakshmi and Ganesh, but they don't actually ascribe to a system of thought that deals with angels.
So if someone was to come to you with a religious base that doesn't include angels, could you give them an angel reading anyway?
Oh, yeah. Like I gave this couple a reading the other day, and and their religion doesn't ascribe to it, but they still wanted a reading. Their friends had a reading with me, and were excited about it, and they wanted to try it, and they still got the messages that they needed. You know, it's about will. Like, I mean, I never force my sessions on people. They wanted it, so it worked.
Now, here's a question I love to ask you. Do you always listen to your own angels about your own life?
No.
Why not?
Oh, that's a very good question. I think partly it's because sometimes angel messages don't always agree with our script, you know, who we think we are in relationship to life. And they don't always agree with what we've been taught. So, for example, like if you've been taught, you know, to cross the street only at a green light, and then all of a sudden one day, Monday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you can hear, feel, see, know that your guardian angels are saying, hey, Julie, you've got to get off the crosswalk now. And this is definitely not something that we've been taught, especially not in our culture. But you decide to listen to it, and you leave the crosswalk, but there's no cars, so you're safe. And then all of a sudden you escape a drunk driver that almost hits you. So in that instance, then the angels save your life. But sometimes we override that guidance. So, yeah.
What is your agenda when you're reading as many people as you do? Just give them answers to their questions? How does it work?
Well, my objective is just to get the angels to bring up things to validate that the angels are, in fact, in your life to assist you, and that they know about certain things in your life, and that's it.
What are some of the responses that you get from people while you are there, while they're in front of you, and here you are, somebody that they may know, somebody that they may not know, giving them affirmation from the other side or from the angelic realm. How does this affect people?
Well, it varies. It's usually a mixture of like laughter and emotion, and sometimes tears. You know, I've had people that get very teary-eyed, and it's emotional.
What's the difference between an angel intuitive and a channel?
Well, an angel intuitive is specifically just channeling the angelic realm, whereas a channel, it doesn't sound like it's very specific. They may be channeling deceased loved ones. They may be channeling angels, ascended masters, that kind of, more open.
Sure.
More, yeah.
Has it ever happened where somebody's come to you for an angel reading and you just couldn't connect with their angels?
Yes. Yeah, it's happened to me. I actually had two girls back to back a couple of months ago, and the one girl was paying for them both. The first girl came in, and I thought that day, Rob, I thought, oh my God, I've lost my gift. Like, I couldn't really get that much for her, and the stuff that the angels brought up, she didn't want to acknowledge anything.
Right.
And I just said, I'm very sorry, and then her friend came in, and it was like Niagara Falls. Like, the friend got so much information. She was really wanting it. She was really ready, and it just came through me. And this was really like a back-to-back reading.
So does it depend on how the person is willing to accept the reading that this also plays into the results that the reading give to the person?
I think that's part of it. I also think, I know this sounds so biased, but I really think it really depends if the person is of a loving vibration. Yeah. Their heart is open, and they're, I could just feel that.
Yeah, it says on your website that you do angel parties. What's an angel party? All right.
Oh, the angel parties.
Yes.
So it's like basically a fun way for you and like your group of people to receive angel messages, and then you have like the support of one another. Yeah.
Like a Tupperware party, except with angels.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Any classes coming up or any special events coming up that you'd like to share with our audience?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I have the Angels for Every Day coming up on March 19th and 20th at the 7th Chakra here in Calgary.
And where in Calgary is it located?
It's located at the 7th Chakra, so that's downtown Calgary. And it's 1301 17th Avenue.
And you also have an angel development circle.
Yeah, that was the one I was mentioning to you earlier. That was on the Monday night. That one was sold out, yeah.
Why do you think people have such an interest in angels?
Well, I think it's because we didn't learn about them in school. We know they can help us, and it also connects us to our spiritual side, our soul.
It connects us to our spiritual side, to our soul. How does that happen?
Well, when we connect to the angels, so when you're actually able to hear them and see them, you're actually doing so through your soul, through your higher self. So for that moment in time, Rob, when you're hearing them, you're actually in a place of departure from your ego. You're in a place of departure from fear. You're in a place of departure from your conditioned consciousness. So you're actually in complete alignment with your soul.
As somebody who is studying psychology and working for her degree in psychology, how do you rationalize or how do you explain the angel message phenomenon?
It comes through your consciousness, right? So in psychology, we have variations of consciousness, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
And we have something called pure consciousness or being or awareness, we call it in psychology. And so the angels are able to come through that space of being in you.
All right, but can it be scientifically proven? Because doesn't being a psychologist mean that there are proven methods or there are proven ways to diagnose someone and to help someone? How would how would you scientifically validate an angel reading?
I would probably, I wouldn't use psychology. I'd probably use psychoenergetic research, because right now there's so many advances in that field that prove, things going on in our biofield. So I'd probably do a research experiment using psychoenergetic research, and they have a device now called an IIED device, where they're actually able to measure things that happen in your biofield. So I'd probably do something like that.
As a professional, when you get your degree and you get your license and you start working with the public as a psychologist or a psychiatrist, will you use angel readings?
That will depend. I know in my experience, and I think I've told you in other shows that we've done, I have a spiritual counseling practice I've had as well for over 7 years. And in my experience, the clients that have many diagnoses and are on many types of medications, I probably would not. There seems to be a wall there when people are on medication. Yeah. That it makes it really difficult for them to connect to messages. And in my experience so far, and I mean, I may change my mind in 10 years, I don't feel that the people are as ready and are able to assimilate the messages as easily if they're on medication. So I'd have to say maybe not all my clients.
Julie, how can our listeners get a hold of you and learn more about the courses that you're giving and contact you for a one-on-one angel reading?
Well, Rob, they can visit my website at www.juliespiritualhealer.com.
Julie, I want to thank you very much for joining us tonight. Take care of yourself and keep up the great work with those angels.
Thanks, Rob. God bless.
God bless you too, sweetie. Exonation, Julie Robinson has been our guest this hour. www.juliespiritualhealer.com. When I come back from the news at the bottom of the hour, we will be going to... Are you ready for this? All right, I'm building up the suspense here, gang. Is it working? Are you all anticipating what I'm going to say? All right, we're going to go to X-1 because it is Monday. It is hour 3. And Old Time Radio lives here in the X-Zone with yours truly, Rob McConnell. The X-Zone is a place where people dare to believe, dare to be heard, Monday through Friday from 8 p.m. Eastern until midnight. www.xzoneradiotv.com, X-Zone Broadcast Network, Talkstar Radio Network, and Radio X. We'll catch you on the other side of this break. Don't go away.
And her cutting-edge breakthrough knowledge that combines science with possibility. Dr. Kimberly brings real-life answers and healing to those open to alternative solutions. She teaches solution-based programs and classes that will change all areas of your life forever. Specializing in conscious creation, intuitive readings, and energy medicine, you can rapidly shift health, relationships, business, and money and abundance challenges quickly. Receive her best-selling book, Secret to Everything, at no cost by going to secrettoeverything.com/X-Zone. That's right, transformation can start now. Just go to secrettoeverything.com/X-Zone and receive Dr. Kimberly's book for free.
How would you like to be able to read other people's minds? Well, the next best thing is here. When you know how to read a person's name, you know how the person thinks, feels, and behaves. Each letter in our name holds a key to unlock our true essence. Our name contains both our gifts and challenges in this lifetime. Mnemology science discovers personality secrets hidden in the placement of the letters of our names, including the first and last impression people remember about us. Sharon shows us how to interpret the arrangement of letters as outlined in her book, Know the Name, Know the Person. Sharon Lynn Wyeth created mnemology science after 18 years of research and testing her theories, and has supported thousands of people around the world in understanding themselves and others better. You'll enjoy Sharon's unique teachings as she shares her system to learn the gifts behind your given birth name. Even if you don't like your birth name, there are jewels in this book. If you're thinking of changing your name, ready to name your child, or wanting to get along better with others, this is the book for you. If you'd like to improve your relationships and change your life for the better, get the book today, Know the Name, Know the Person, or visit www.knowthename.com. That's www.knowthename.com. You're listening to the X Zone Broadcast Network, www.xzbn.net.
Adventures in time and space, told in future tense. Dimension. Man has always dreamed of conquering the barrier of the atmosphere. The problem is on the drawing boards of aeronautical engineers and atomic physicists. They can calculate the power needed, the trajectories, and the equipment. On the sound stages of Hollywood, the engineers and special effects men have combined to bring that day to life. The day when the first rocket leaves Earth for outer space. Now a radio play taken from the advanced screenplay of the George Pal Technicolor production, Destination Moon. On the vast concrete strip at Dry Wells, Texas, the form of the rocket towers above the cranes, the loading machinery, and the scuttling trucks and jeeps. The fuel lines snake across the concrete to the rocket. It's Destination Moon. A small pursuit plane circles in for a landing on the runway, turns and taxis toward the prefab buildings at the edge of the strip.
Here comes General Fair. Got those reports, Dr. Cargrave?
All ready, Barnes.
We made good time. Hi there, General. Over here.
Barnes, I've got to talk to you.
Hey, just made it, General. Everything's running smooth as a clock. We ground test in 20 minutes.
Come on over to the office.
What's the matter?
Come on, Barnes.
Something happened in Washington?
Something always happens in Washington.
Let's have it straight, General.
Our application for a test license was denied.
Denied?
I'll quote. In the opinion of the commission, should the engine fail structurally, the dispersal of radioactive material would mean danger to the surrounding area.
But we've evacuated the blast
No
area.
use, Barnes. The commission is pretty sensitive about public opinion. The Galavan newspaper chain has been after our scalp. They got mine anyway.
What do you mean?
I've been retired.
Fair.
You got a job for next general? Pretty handy with a lug wrench.
They can't do that. Where would the Air Force be if you hadn't kicked them into using the jet fuel jet engine on pursuits?
It's not as simple as all that. One-star generals can't go into the Department of Defense and pound desks. I did.
Some of those old mossbacks would still be using horse cavalry if they could get away with it. Now, this ship will work. I know. I built it.
I don't suppose we'll ever know. The mission won't reverse itself.
Wait a minute. Cargraves. Ship's all ready, isn't it?
Except for minor installations, yes.
General, I've been building and flying ships by the seat of my pants since they had piano wire between the wings. Now, this baby either works the first time or she doesn't.
What do you mean, Bond?
The commission refused permission to ground test, right?
Yeah?
All right. We won't ground test. Cargraves, what's the next astronomical optimum?
3:47 tomorrow morning.
We'd better get busy then. We've got just 17 hours to get that ship ready. And then we take off for the moon.
Hey, Brownie.
What do you want, Sweeney?
What color is the skin temperature lead wire on the chart?
Orange with a black stripe.
This stuff looks like insulated macaroni. I got it.
Hurry up, will you? We're running behind.
What's your rush? You're going along on this clam bake, aren't you? Can't you wait to break your neck?
Hey, look out for the starter. Come on, move. We got to take off before somebody slaps a writ on us.
Brownie, you really going?
Sure.
Beats me. What do you want to go to the moon for?
To see what's on the other side.
Ask a stupid question, you get a stupid answer. What's the separation rate positively?
Red and white spiral. Oh.
What's the matter?
Knocked in a bellyache.
Eating green apples?
No, I'm all right. Come on, Sweeney, get busy. We've got 2 hours left to patch this mess together.
Mr. Barnes.
Oh, what is it, Sweeney?
It's Brown. They just took him to the hospital.
They what? Well, is he all right?
He will be after they cut out his appendix.
There goes our radio man.
There's no chance of finding a substitute?
No, it's special equipment. Brown installed it himself. I've got it. Barnes here. What?
Well, we'll have to delay
Sure.
the takeoff a month.
Okay, goodbye. We can't, General. That was Hastings at Dry Wells. There's a United States Marshal driving over. Something leaked, and he's got a court order forbidding the takeoff.
We were so close.
Yeah. $1 million gone up the flue.
You want me to give a standby, Mr. Barnes?
I suppose. Wait a minute. Sweeney,
Yeah.
you installed that communication equipment with Brown, didn't you?
Yeah, but...
Then you must know the
You
operation.
could go in Brown's place.
The moon? Oh, no, not me. It's an important project, Sweeney. The scientific advance...
There's the military aspect, Sweeney.
I had 4 years of the military aspect, General. That's enough.
Afraid?
You're darn tootin'. That ship is safe. Maybe, maybe not. But, Sweeney... Look, you guys aren't going to get anywhere pressuring me. Maybe you got reasons to go to the moon. You, Mr. Barnes, you got $1 million tied up in a ship. It's your scientific baby, Doc, and the General's out on a limb in Washington. Well, what's in it for me?
Now, that's no way to talk, Sweeney. It's an important advance for the whole world.
You'll pardon the expression, baloney.
Sweeney.
I work on a scientific theory, too, General. Hooray for me, you look out for yourself. I ain't going.
I don't like to say this, but this isn't the time to consider yourself, Sweeney. This country's defense hangs on being the first to develop space travel.
Somebody else, not me. There's nothing I want on the moon.
All right. We'll take care of that. Sweeney, I'll offer you $10,000 bonus and a 10% royalty on the ship patents out of my cut.
Barnes.
It's no use to me unless we get off before that marshal gets here from Dry Wells. Well, Sweeney, you'd be rich enough to retire. You could take it easy the rest of your life.
Well, now you're talking my language, Mr. Barnes. Okay. When do we leave?
Clear field for firing. Clear field for firing.
All set, Hastings.
Right. I'll be tracking you from control center. Hey, what's that car doing? He's coming right out on the field.
Marshal, Doc, General, Sweeney, inside.
Hey! Hey, Barnes!
Button her up.
Hey! Hey there, commander of that ship. I've got a court order. You can't take off.
Tough, mister. You can't do this.
Hey! Hey!
Save your knuckles, fella. You couldn't get in that ship with a blowtorch. Burns can't do this. Suppose you tell him all about it when he gets back from the moon.
Sweeney, warm up your communication circuits.
Yes, sir. Calling traffic shack.
Traffic calling rocket Blue. Over. Get a clearance check.
There was a clearance, traffic. Over.
All clear. Dry Wells is ready for tracking. Over. Power.
Power ready.
Communications.
Yeah.
Co-pilot.
Automatics ready.
Give the warning signal. Give me a time check on the computer.
03:47:58.
Stand by for count-off and firing.
Stand by for count-off and firing.
Roger.
For check. 2. 48. 10.
Check. Coming up 30 seconds.
29. 28.
I'll lie back on the acceleration
27.
couches. Worst pressures will be over in 4 minutes.
5.
Barnes.
General.
I don't like having a man along who isn't with it.
Sweeney, it's too late now.
Make it pretty tough. If he's half-hearted
We'll
now...
worry about that later.
7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Fire. What happened? Noise. All gone.
Past speed of sound. Switch on televiewer aft.
I can't. Can't move.
Pressure. Switch is right under your finger. Go on. All right. That's it.
Time 3:50, 12. Altitude 2 miles.
Get your sun goggles on. It'll be coming through in a minute.
There's the dawn line.
And the sun.
It works. This thing really works.
Now, look in the viewer. There's the Earth down there.
Yeah. Time 3:51, 10. Altitude 20 miles. Time 3:53:50. Altitude 807 miles.
That's the end of the blast. We're in free fall. Unbuckle your straps.
Hey, I'm falling. I'm falling up.
There's no gravity up here. We don't weigh anything.
I don't feel so good. How do I get down from the ceiling? I feel lousy, seasick.
No, space sick.
What's the difference so long as I ain't healthy?
There's a bottle of pills under the head pad. They ought to settle your stomach. I'll break out the magnetic shoes. Then we can at least keep our feet down on the floor plate. Here, Sweeney, you put these on.
Hand them up.
All right. Here. Now you can walk down the wall. Try it.
Like this? Hey, like a human fly. You know, this is the second time I ever walked on a ceiling. Only this time I'm sober. Hey, General, would you mind tapping that ham sandwich back and float it away from me?
Feeling better, Sweeney?
Yeah, I guess so. It's a heck of a note when your meal floats away from me before you eat it.
Sweeney.
Yeah, Mr. Barnes.
I tried to crank out the radar antenna. She's stuck.
Well, let me see. Stuck all right. I don't understand it. I greased it good.
Grease? Well, no wonder it's stuck. It's exposed to outer space. It must be frozen solid.
What's the idea, Sweeney? Didn't you read the engineering manual?
Yeah, and a flush fitting gets greased. Don't jump on me.
Well, if we can't get that radar mast cranked out, we can't land on the moon.
Well, it's all right by me.
Don't you realize that half the value of this trip is in the landing? Geological surveys, radiation tests.
Look, General, I told you before I started, this whole thing is slug nutty to me. Who wants the moon? They're trying to be first with the old Brooklyn Battery Tunnel.
Sweeney, this isn't getting that mast fixed. Well, we've got to go outside in spacesuits and chip it loose.
Outside? You mean outside the ship?
You can't fall. You'll be in the same trajectory as the ship. Worst that could happen would be to drift away.
Drift away? Don't bother getting one of them monkey suits for me. I'm comfortable in here.
Sweeney, we've taken enough from you. We can't let one man endanger the whole project. You get out there in a spacesuit, or we shove you out without one.
All right.
Well, that's settled. You got us into this mess, you're going to help get us out. General, break out the spacesuits. Close the interlock. Now, let's get this straight. Keep your magnetic shoes on the hull plates. Your safety line's hooked. If you break loose, we won't be able to go after you. You'll hit the moon at 20,000 miles per hour and squash.
Hey, wait a minute. How come General Thayer don't go?
That's right. He doesn't go. He's co-pilot.
Okay. I just asked.
All right. Now, let's make sure our intercom walkie-talkies are warmed up.
All set. Check.
All right. Fasten helmets.
Hello, Doc.
I hear you, Barnes.
I'm okay.
Check instruments. I'm going to pump out the lock. All set. Open the outer door, Doc.
Look at that, will you?
1,000,000 stars.
20,000 miles an hour, free fall and no breeze.
That's right. No air. And we haven't got time for the scenery. Let's get to work.
Can you two handle it? I want to go aft to see how the firing tube's held up.
All right, Doc. Come on, Sweeney. Let's get to work. Loose now. Pull the mast out, Sweeney.
Slippery as a hog on ice.
Yeah. Now let's get back.
Suits me. That's the Earth up there?
Western Hemisphere. You can see America. That dark strip against the light.
Pretty far away, huh? Barnes.
Hargraves, what's the matter?
Help, I'm loose. I'm drifting.
Doc, what happened?
My shoe magnet's pulled loose.
There he is. The safety line broke.
Hurry, help me.
He's too far to keep a line.
Oh, he's cooked. We'll never get him back.
Hello, General Thayer.
All right, Barnes, I heard you on the control room speaker. I'm coming outside.
Bring an oxygen tank. Got that?
Right.
Hurry.
What are you going to do? Throw him a bottle of air and forget about him?
Barnes, help.
Now, all right, Doc. General Thayer's coming out of the lock.
Where's Hargraves?
50 feet out down the left. Give me that oxygen tank.
What are you going to do?
Trying to hook my shoe first.
You're crazy. You'll float away, too.
I can use the pressure in the oxygen tank for a jet. Maybe I can ride the tank out there if there's enough power from the nozzle. Just turn the bell. There.
What was that?
Recoil's making my helmet light shake. I'll try it again.
Hey, it works. Like an outboard motor.
Keep going, Barnes. About 30 feet more. Swing a little to the left.
All right. A couple more shots. There. Now, reach out for me, Doc.
You're too far. I can't.
Hang on, Doc. One more shot.
There.
Hang on.
Can you get back, Barnes?
If we don't, we tour the universe together. Hang on to me, Doc.
All right.
You aim us while I turn the bell.
You're drifting farther, Barnes.
There better be enough pressure to get us back. Here we go.
Oh, we're moving.
Yes, enough, fast enough. Pressure's almost down in this tank. There's the last of the gas.
We're too far out, Barnes. They can't reach us with a line.
Get you back to the ship. On the count of 3, push the tank as hard as you can. The reaction may shove us in close enough.
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Here he comes, General.
Grab them. Reach out, Barnes. Grab the line.
I got it.
All in.
Thank God.
Well, glad to have you aboard.
There she is. Come on.
Stand by for landing procedure.
That's pretty rugged country down there.
Stand by to turn ship. Fasten straps. Altitude fair.
27.3.
All right. Turning ship.
Hey, you're leveling off. You're turning too far. We'll go backwards. We land backwards. Use the jets for brakes. Holy smokes, you mean sit down on the tail?
Ground speed 1.52. Stand by for deceleration. Now, fire. Radar.
Closing is spotted.
Give me view aft on the screen.
Hey, we can't land down there. Look, mountains, cliffs.
That's the crater Harpalus. We're heading for a smooth plane short of there.
Don't look smooth to me.
I'm going to kill our forward speed. Stand by.
You won't clear the mountain. Give another blast.
I can't. We won't have enough power to get home.
You will make that trap on the right.
Look out, we're going to crash.
Barnes, blast.
You've got right. Now, automatic landing. Automatic in. Hang on for emergency landing. Stand by for the blast. Hold it. Now. Jack down. Get out your gyros. That was a lousy landing.
Pretty unsafe.
Yes, but I wasted reaction mass we'll need to get home.
We'll worry about that later. Right now, I want to get out there and plant my feet on the moon. The moon.
Ready to open the decompression lock?
Check.
I'm set.
And you're inside control, Barnes?
Yeah.
Sure you don't want to leave the ship?
I'll be out later. I've got to contact Earth.
All right, let's go. Open the outer door.
All right, be sure you don't fall. You puncture your suits on the rocks, you're done. And look out for the low gravity. You'll weigh 1/6 what you did on Earth.
All right, let's go.
Hey, what is this stuff? Dust?
Pilot, Robert. Go ahead, Doctor. Explain it officially.
Oh, yes. In the name of the United States of America, I take possession of the planet Moon of and for the benefit of mankind. Well, let's now get down to business. Sweetie, you set up the astronomical camera.
Barnes, what's the matter?
Get back here, all of you, right away.
We were just starting work.
You've got to get back. I've been talking to Earth. We may not get off. We may be stuck on the moon for good.
Reaction mass down to .8672. Wasted power in a bad landing. Request new figures for return trip.
Earth to Luna. Looks bad, Mr. Barnes. I'll have to run it through the machine. In the meantime, dump everything you can. I'll check back with the result.
I'll be standing by. Roger. Out.
Well, Barnes?
Well, we wasted too much power on that lousy landing. Hastings, check the figures. We've got the lightened ship. We've got just 4 hours to get off. If we miss that, we don't get another chance to hit the Earth for another month.
But we don't have more than 10 days' oxygen supply.
Exactly. Come on, we better start dumping, and we better pray we can get rid of enough weight. Acceleration pad 4, serial 706, schedule B, 14 pounds.
Check. Give me a hand, Doc. Yes. Airlock's full. I'll put my helmet on and shove the junk out of the lock.
Barnes, is that everything we can get out?
3 of the spacesuits will be dropped before we take off.
How about the 4th?
We'll have to keep that so we can open the airlock to shove the others out.
I've got a removable bridge I could dump.
You may have to, General. Well, Hastings is due back now with the takeoff figures. Hello, Earth. Luna calling Earth.
All right, Mr. Barnes. We hear you. How much weight have you dropped?
4,003 pounds, Earth weight.
Then you're still short 110 pounds.
What?
If you can dump 110 pounds, you can coast home.
Well, we're stripped. We unbolted the locker doors, junked the radar chassis and mounts. We'll have to take a chance as we are.
It's suicide. You haven't enough reaction mass to clear the moon.
You could be wrong, couldn't you?
I could, but not the computer. I'll be standing by, Mr. Barnes. Over.
All right, Hastings. Out. 110 lousy pounds.
What happens if we're not light enough?
We fall back and crash. Or just go into an orbit around the moon.
Just keep going around?
Yeah, that's it. We've got 14 minutes left till takeoff time.
Oh, that's fine. I could have gone over Niagara Falls in a barrel, but I had to come to the moon.
Well, it's pretty simple. 110 pounds. One of us stays.
Yes. I guess that's it.
Highway 180. That's plenty.
Now, wait a minute, General.
I'm the oldest one here.
Yeah, and I'm the captain of this ship. If anyone stays,
That has
but I
nothing to
give
do-
the orders here. Doc is the engineer. General pilots when you hit the Earth atmosphere.
But Barnes...
I've got no family, so I stay.
No. You've got to go back, both of you. I've been discredited. They won't listen to me. You've got to tell them what you've seen.
Listen, General,
You've got to tell them what the Earth looked like from here. Vulnerable, defenseless, hanging in the sky. I knew this trip would have military value. Well, it does. Can you imagine atom warheads launched at Earth from up here? The moon is the perfect base for an attack on the Earth. Remember, it's only 1/6 as hard to shoot rockets from here to Earth as it is the other way. You've got to tell them the only government to control the moon must be a world government.
General, I guess you don't know it. But what you just said means you've got to get back to Earth and convince them even if the rest of us don't make it.
Barnes, don't be...
No, General, that's all there is to it.
Now, listen, Mr. Barnes, General.
Never mind, Sweeney. You're not in on
Don't
this.
worry, you'll get back.
I was going to say, why don't you heroes match for it? Odd man's out.
All right, Barnes, I'll go for that.
I'm in. No.
2-1, Barnes.
Well, all right. What do we use?
You can match buttons off your overalls.
All right. Each one pull off a button. I better check Hastings on Earth.
Here's my button. Cartwright.
Hello, Earth.
Standing by, Mr. Barnes.
We're working it out. One of us stays behind.
What?
We're matching for it. Check time.
Oh, it's only 110 pounds. Isn't there some...
Check time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt the program Dimension X for just a moment for 2 important bulletins from the wires of United Press. From Seoul, Korea, the North Korean radio says the North Korean Communist government formally declared war on South Korea effective at 11 a.m. Sunday, Korean time. And then a little later, this bulletin from Washington. State Department officials say they will hold Russia responsible for the North Korean attack against the independent South Korean Republic, which this country and the United Nations brought into being and have supported. We now return to the program Dimension X.
Yes, sir. 9:41:50. 10 minutes to 0 hour.
Check. That's all, Hastings. We'll take off with 3 men. All right. Ready to match?
Hey, what? The airlock.
Sweeney, he went out. What's he doing? What?
He's going out. Out there on the moon.
Shine on, harvest.
Hello,
Blow it. It's nice out here.
Come back, Sweeney. You're going home.
Yeah, some other time. Remember me to the girls. Any girls.
Listen, Sweeney, come back. This trip doesn't mean that much to you. We've talked you into it. Nobody can expect you to do this. Now, don't be crazy.
Why not? I'm a lunatic. Get it? A lunatic.
Sweeney, come back.
Listen, I lighten your shift. Get it? 160 pounds. That's me. Now go on. Take off.
Come back, Sweeney. You can't do this.
Listen, you guys wouldn't count me in on the matching. Oh, no. I run on hooray for me, and you look out for yourself. Well, maybe you changed my mind. I've been looking up there at that earth hanging in the sky. We're going to build something on this moon. All of you guys got to go back. Doc, he's the guy to work it out in the lab. Bonds, you build the ships. And the general, he's got to pound those desks and see that it gets done right. You'll need me.
Now, Sweeney, wait a minute. Come back.
Go on, Blow. Get gone. You're spoiling my whole day. So long, heroes.
You don't understand. We can take off, all of us.
What do you mean? What's 110
Now,
pounds?
listen to what I say. Get back in here, and on the way, pick up a screwdriver and a rat tail file and an oxygen tank.
What's the deal?
Get back in here. I've got a way to get us all off, if it works.
Now, Sweeney, we're reading you clear on the intercom speaker. You in the airlock yet?
Yeah.
Now, your spacesuit weighs around 70 pounds. The radio weighs 50.
Yeah, but I can't open the outside door of the airlock without my suit. What are you trying to pull, Bonds?
After you chuck the radio out, you file a hole in the gasket on the outer door. Got that? Then you tie your safety line to the oxygen tank, pass it through the hole. It hangs outside. You got that?
Yeah.
Then you close the outside door, get out of your suit, come in here. We close up, decompress, and open the outside door again.
Oh, I get it. The tank pulls the suit out of the lock.
Right. And if it works, we all get home. Now, hurry now, Sweeney.
8 minutes to calculated takeoff time. 8 minutes. Two minutes.
All set, Sweeney?
Yeah, I shut the radio out. Close the outer door. Air pressure up. I'm getting out of my suit. This doorway's pretty narrow, Bonds. If the suit don't clear, we're sunk.
We'll have to take that chance.
All right, here I come. All set.
Close the inner door. Decompress. Now the outer door.
It ain't moving. I can see it through the port. Coming up 1 minute. 1 minute to take off.
Foot of the suit caught on the intake.
No. It's flattened out. Get clear of that door, brother. Get clear.
There it goes.
We're in. 40 seconds.
Close the outer door, Sweeney. Stand by for takeoff, everybody.
30 seconds. 29.
Sweeney,
28.
I don't think I could have done that.
26.
Just walk out.
Oh, baloney.
I haven't got that kind of courage.
23.
I'd have had to make a speech.
22,
A big,
28,
heroic speech.
20. 19.
I didn't have the guts to just walk out.
17.
No, it's...
60.
All right,
50.
stand by.
14.
Communications?
13, fine. Just
12,
handy.
Co-pilot.
11,
Automatic set.
10, 9.
Stand by.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Fire. All right, we're clear.
Son of a gun!
We're clear. We're heading home. Time 2:50, 36. Destination Earth.